Welcome back to Jim Snedeker Music. Today, we're going to take a look at the secret to making music that sings. This will be all about applying the circle of fifths. The secret to making music that sings is the circle of fifths. Circle of fifths is one of the foundations of musical understanding for anyone learning about music theory. Songwriters, performers, record producers, music arrangers, really any associated music professional. So here's what we're going to cover in our short time together in this video. Want to take a look at why is it the secret and how applying the circle of fifths can be helpful, how to read the circle of fifths, how it tells us the progression of key signatures, how it can help us to listen better, and then some more info as well where you can get that. Okay, so great. Why is the circle of fifths a secret? Well, this slide says it pretty simply. It's basically two reasons. It's graphical. You have this picture where you can see these relationships, plus it's relatable. Everything on this little circle relates to the thing that's next to it. How applying the circle of fifths can help us, it's a representation of keys and chords and how they relate to each other. And it helps us realize, the circle helps us realize relationships between major and minor chords as well as key signatures. An example of that would be in the key of C. The relative minor, no sharps or flats, well, that's the key of A minor. And another thing it's helpful to know is how to read the circle of fifths. It might just look like a circle with a lot of symbols on it, but there's actually a fairly easy way to read it, and it's like a clock is the easiest way. So as we move right, if you start up at noon, top of the clock, and as we move right, each interval is a perfect fifth away from the last. For example, the C, we look at C, then we go to G, D, A, E, and then one more to the right is B. All of those are 5 intervals apart. Following the B, then you see the F sharp. Now, if we go back to the top of the clock and move to the left, F is a fifth lower than C. Continuing to the left, we find out B flat's 5 intervals lower than F. Moving again to the left, B flat, then E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, complete the circle. So that's how to read the circle of fifths. Another thing the circle of fifths communicates well to us is the progression of key signatures. So as we move right, we add 5 intervals and 1 more accidental. Accidental is a musical word meaning the sharps and the flats. Moving right, we add sharps, and moving left, we add flats. So you can see that pretty readily. And these keys, this is how they relate to each other. 5 intervals apart. Now, one other thing to notice is the D flat and the C sharp keys. Well, they have the same notes. That's what we mean by enharmonic. They share the same sound. That's true also for G flat and F sharp. Another thing that the circle of fifths can help us do is to listen better. Once these intervals get in our head, we can begin to associate them much more easily. That trains our ears. It helps us with transcription. An example of that, fairly simple one, is remember that twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. That's a perfect fifth. Once you know that and you can hear that and you're used to singing it, the circle of fifths can really help us improve our ear training and ability to transcribe music. If you're interested in more, I did want to refer you to this book on Amazon about the circle of fifths. That's what I have for today. I appreciate you joining me. If this has been a helpful video, I do hope you'll subscribe or leave me a comment. At any rate, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.